Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess
like
that's it.
I
I don't know.
I think like RFK is like a total fucking nut job. I think that guy's insane. And he's like one of the dumber candidates I've ever seen on a stage. Yet if
He's correct
he
on chronic disease though. He's very, and he's the only one talking about that chronic disease.
yeah, maybe, but if he ended up being the Democratic candidate, I would still end up voting for him over Trump. So
Yeah,
it's that bad now. So
right. But that like RFK, the reason I like him the most is just the U.S. GDP used to be 5%, and this is true kind of all over the world. But 5% used to go to healthcare, and now it's just about 20%. 20% of all the amount of like all the spending in the United States goes towards health, and the majority of that is like, in theory, preventable diseases, like the ones that you'd think would be preventable, like diabetes and shit like that. That like never gets talked about in politics. So that's my favorite part about RFK is he actually shines a light on that.
yeah, yeah, sure. Yeah, I don't. The little bit that I've seen of him, I've only seen like very few interviews and like things that he said, and yeah, he ends up just looking like a complete nut job. Sometimes even a
Yeah.
conspiracy theorist, and what
Like
very,
what
very,
stuff? Like when he
very
talks about autism,
populist.
or which parts do you think?
No, like when he talks about like when he talks about war, when he talks about vaccines, when he talks about I think he even talked about the same thing, the Democratic primaries from 2020. There was just like a lot of things where he started
You're
to
calling me a
sound more and more.
conspiracy theorist.
I'm saying
Just
that
kidding. Just
what
kidding. Just
there's
kidding.
yes, there's enough things to pile up to where I start to look at the person like a
Yeah, yeah,
conspiracy
yeah. I think
theorist.
he has
And
some weird comment about like the brain, your brain barrier gets penetrated by like signals in your home or something. He has some other kind of crazy crackpot thing he
yeah,
talks
I
about too,
wouldn't be
but
surprised if he believed in like 5G conspiracy theories. But
something
he
like
is
that. Yeah.
like to me, and this is a thing that populists always get upset with me about. But to me, populists are just conspiracy theorists. Like it's almost like it's just like a side effect to being a populist, and he is one of the most populist people I've ever seen in my life. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's someone else in the way, but wouldn't populist to me is just like a person. Anyway, that let's go. Or that's good for now. I'm getting tired, but
Okay.
good chatting with you. Someone else in the waiting room here.
Okay. Wait, I think
Hey.
they wanted to talk to you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, did you want to stay or
Yeah,
do you
sure.
want to?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure. Sounds good. Do you think RFK endorsing Trump will matter?
Uh, probably not. What I don't. I think the last I checked, he was polling at like 6% or something like that, which is a
Yeah.
lot for some states. So it could make a big difference for Trump, especially when we look at the last election and the fact that there were some states that were lost by like 2%. That like yeah, he could that could make a big difference. But
Yeah, I
wow,
agree.
did Aaron
Although,
just
like, I
leave?
know that I'm sure there's so many Kennedy supporters who don't like Trump as well.